Make sure to like and subscribe. Got a special new guest from way on the West Coast. We don't run into USC Trojans at all, but we got BC from the Light the Torch podcast. How are we doing today?
Doing just fine. How about yourself?
Yeah, appreciate you coming on. I've connected with him over the college huddle. Wanted to jump right into it. I was looking at some stats with Lincoln Riley last year, 9-4, lost in the Alamo Bowl. 2021. I'm sorry, 2024, 7-6, 8-5. So from a USC Trojan diehard fan, what's your thoughts on Lincoln Riley, and is he where you want to be? How is he overall? What's the pulse from Trojan Nation with Lincoln Riley?
It's not where we envisioned us to be when we first got word that Lincoln Riley was going to be our head coach. Like year one, we were ecstatic. It sucked that we were just kind of a few plays away and Caleb Williams getting injured from not making the playoffs. But then it kind of went south even with Caleb. So he was blessed with early success, which I think he said in an interview at one point that Bob Stoops said, just don't win too early. Because if you win too early, then they're going to have a lot of expectations for you. So that's kind of where he kind of had the issues with, is winning early, having a Heisman Trophy winner, and then not having that same type of success moving forward. So,
yeah, and then I know we didn't cross paths, but, just down here in SEC territory, we would always think about Lincoln Riley, great offensive mind, put up some points, getting Heisman Trophy winners out of the transfer portal. He's doing that, but then he would be a little allergic to defense, what he was always known for, and would get in shootouts. Georgia beat him in a shootout, but we got the win, actually, ironically, at the Rose Bowl in 2017. Great, probably one of the better games I've ever watched, maybe even the college football playoff. So got the win over that.
I remember that.
Yeah. Baker Mayfield. Glad we beat him because I don't know. Let's just say he didn't have the best demeanor, a little cocky, but got to win over that. So he would always get criticized for that. So how's the defensive coordinator for this year? Not really sure who it is. How's that looking coming off 9-4? How you get on defense?
The defensive coordinator now is someone that everyone is very familiar with, is Gary Patterson, the former head coach for TCU. Okay. He was out of coaching for, I think, 5 years because he had to be out of coaching to make the College Football Hall of Fame. And so now he's been inducted to the Hall of Fame. Now he's wanting to coach again. And from what people are saying is that he doesn't want to be a head coach, so he's happy with being a defensive coordinator. So that works well for us. We're not worried about him getting poached to be a head coach somewhere else. But yeah, at first we were kind of nervous about Gary Patterson being the head coach. We had some ideas who we wanted to be not the head coach, but the defensive coordinator, the DC that got let go from Texas. We were kind of hoping that he would be the new DC. He had some Cali ties. But we went with the person that kind of was the underrated kind of hire, I would say, at the DC. There was a lot of other people that some of the USC fans were throwing out there. But we're with what we've seen from the spring practice and just his kind of interviews, we're pretty excited about Gary Patterson. And he's known for his defenses. So we'll see how well this goes for him against the Big Ten kind of defense offenses.
Gotcha. Yeah, and then I think that was definitely an upgrade. He did really well. Hard-nosed coach at TCU. They always had good defenses. I think that's a great hire. So looking at a little bit more on Lincoln Riley. So I got 53-35, coming off 9-4, 7-6. Any kind of pressure this year? I'm not sure how his contract is. Off-season talk here. Any hot seat talk from a USC fan? Do you like where they're at? Do you even like Lincoln Riley? I mean, it's okay not to like him coming. What do you think?
Yeah, so there is pressure for him this year to win early, or at least to win this season. We have our returning quarterback and Jayden Maiava coming back, and until of having Jayden Maiava come back, we lost a 5-star quarterback in Hassan Longstreet to LSU because he thought he was probably going to be getting the keys to the car, I guess you can say. But so with Chad Bowden being our GM, we signed the #1 overall recruiting class this past season. So there is definitely a lot of pressure because it's not really about personnel at this point now. We have a lot of returning starters for both defense and offense. So it's kind of just now it's time to put up or shut up.
Yeah. Yeah. I could definitely see that, especially looking at, I know he had a lot of expectations coming in for Oklahoma. He did really well there.
Yep.
Jayden, did I say his name right? So
yeah, Jayden Maiava, yeah.
Yeah, so look back to Georgia. He was actually committed to Georgia for a cup of coffee, like a day. I wouldn't even call it maybe a half cup, but he was for a day before going to USC, I believe, right?
Yeah, well, I think it was like it was like in the middle of the night, he was committed to Georgia, and then first thing in the morning, he's flipping to USC. I was like, oh, that was quick.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
What was your thoughts about that?
Yeah, I mean, I liked him at the time. Was that what year was that actually? Has he been there 2 years?
Yeah, 2025. No, 24. He came in 24.
So Carson Beck just came off probably his best year, 2023. I doubt he might have pushed him, but he probably would have been looking at as a backup. So I can kind of see if he wanted to play right away because Carson Beck was the man going into that. And we even had Gunnar Stockton, who's now so. And Georgia's one of those you got to wait your turn. Rarely does a guy come in and play right away. You got to.
Yeah, he didn't even start. He didn't even start when he got to USC. He actually had to sit behind. I'm blanking his name. I apologize. He went to Louisville, but he started probably the last 4 games of the season of the 2024 year. So he didn't start right off the bat. He had to wait his turn. Basically, we started to have some issues with late turnovers late in the season. So we decided to bench our starter at the time and go with Jayden.
Wasn't that a Sloven kid, was it? I'm just guessing.
No, it wasn't Keaton Slovis. It was I feel so bad that I can't remember.
And then Kalen Williams, that was when did he go in the league?
Caleb went in 2023. So it was I'm going to have it here. Miller Moss.
Okay, gotcha. No problem.
Yeah.
And since you guys are in the Big Ten, how has the move to the Big Ten affected USC coming over from the Pac-12?
So it was rough. So I'm technically in Big Ten country. I'm in Minnesota.
All right.
So I was born in California, but I'm out here because of my wife. So I'm in Minnesota. So it's good for me. I get to go to all the games that are away. Like I went to a Purdue game. I went to Minnesota. I'm probably going to go to Wisconsin this year. Nice. So it's good, but then it's kind of rough with the travel for the players. And this is something that we kind of criticized Lincoln Riley about a little bit. Like he would leave the day before, so he wouldn't give them some time to kind of acclimate to like the time zone difference, and it kind of gave us some issues in that aspect. But it's good. Like it's a lot tougher. It's definitely forcing USC to be on the tougher end of it, because we all kind of knew what the Pac-12 was kind of like. It was kind of more like a high-flying offenses with a little bit of defense here and there, with like some of the teams like Utah playing some tough-nosed defense, and USC every once in a while we would have the good defenses. But yeah, like it was definitely it was kind of a wake-up call that we had to be a lot bigger in the trenches to be able to kind of hang with the Big Ten or the SEC teams coming from the Pac-12.
Yeah, I can see that. Big Ten, and I got to give it to them. We had the Ohio State. Big Ten is the best conference currently. I know SEC. I mean, you win 3 straight. That's a trend.
Yeah.
So they are the best right now. Could be historically. You know, we could have a debate on that, but right now you got to give it to them. Big Ten is the best currently. One other question is, wanted to see heading into the 2026 season, what are some strengths and weaknesses for the Trojans heading into this season?
So right now, the strength is our offensive line. We're returning all 5 offensive line from last season, which is great. And the thing about it is we're not sure if they're actually going to be starting this year. Some of the players, because we have a really good freshman class that from the 2026 class, and also some players that are going to be stepping up. Our center was a former walk-on. He did earn his scholarship, and so yeah, like it really is up in the air. But the fact that our returning starters may not even be the starters is definitely a sign that we have a lot of good potential to be able to start on the offensive line. And then when it comes to our weakness, I would say is our rush defense. Our run defense was rough last year. We got ran all over by Jeremiah Love from Notre Dame. That was disgusting.
Great player.
Great player. And he wanted to go to USC, but we just never recruited him. So that sucks to hear that. But other than that, like that's probably the weakness, and our biggest question mark is our rush defense, because our defensive line was fairly young in a sense that they were kind of getting pushed back into the linebackers, and the linebackers weren't like really kind of making that like getting that first read to go up to the line to meet the running back. So it was kind of rough on that end.
Gotcha. And how about from USC Trojans wise, do they use the portal a lot? Like how many portal guys do they get? Do they lose a lot of attrition, or have they been kind of going organically and trying to really leaning on the recruiting class? How is it USC's been constructing their team?
So when it comes to the transfer portal, we were pretty light on the transfer portal this year. And we were hoping that we were kind of going to be a little bit more transfer portal heavy, especially on the defensive line portion of it. But Lincoln Riley said he learned from the early successes that you can't survive like completely on the transfer portal. Granted, some teams can. We saw what Indiana did, but other than that, it's just kind of like for the 26 class, we had 36 players that we recruited. So that it was a record for USC. So we're definitely leaning into the high school range for it. But we did do the transfer portal at first, but Lincoln Riley wants to go and develop more.
Gotcha. Yeah, Georgia's kind of doing for us. I think we had 8 or 9 guys in the transfer portal. Kirby's really leaning on returning a lot of guys, and that's where he spent a lot of the NIL money. So I kind of always look at it, we got some cracks in the boat, and he's trying to plug some. But it could be it doesn't work this year, and we're getting punched in the face on recruiting for the 2027. I think they're like 21, 22. They've whiffed on a lot of guys. Not sure what's going on. They're just getting money whipped, because that is not – a lot of hand-wringing over here. We've missed on a lot of guys in the last week or two. And they're trying to poach the guys that are already committed. Like they got some guys flipped, so I'm not sure if we're getting just out money bagged or what. But sign of the times. But everybody's got money. It's competitive, so I don't know if Kirby needs to switch it up.
Yeah, like we used to our NIL used to be rough before. Like we didn't really have a GM to kind of do the negotiation. Apparently, rumors was that Lincoln Riley was also part of the discussions for NIL, so he kind of was being stretched really thin. But now we have Chad Bowden, who came over from Notre Dame, which is kind of funny that we poached their GM, and he kind of turned our NIL completely upside down. And he was going door to door to all of our boosters and everything like that. So he definitely put in the work to kind of get our NIL where it needs to be. And we did get into some quote unquote bidding wars for some of these players, like Luke Wafel. That was a very like last minute kind of situation. At first we were told that he was going to be committed to USC like at 10 o'clock at night, and then Ohio State came in, and then first thing in the morning he was ours. He was committed to USC. So it definitely worked out for us. He ended up being the number 1 player in that 26 class. So
it was awesome. Yeah, and then looking at the 2027 class, looks like you guys are number 10 according to 247. That's usually one I like going to. Any guys that you're excited about? Maybe any guys that are under the radar or coming up that you're looking to get? Looks like you got Mekhi Brown, edge rusher. He's a 5-star, and we'll call him Johnson, Honor Johnson. I want to try that one.
Honor Falave
he's an athlete,
Johnson.
6'1", 190.
Yeah, I'm excited for Honor Falave Johnson. Like he's going to be a two-way player for USC. He's going to be a safety for us and also play running back. The dude is an absolute stud. If you watch some of his highlights, you would think that it's fast forward because he's just running so fast. And yeah, I'm really excited for him. He just earned his 5th star on 247 because I think On 3 had him at a 5-star and 247 had him at a 4-star, a high 4-star, but now he just got to a 5-star for him. So I'm excited for that for him. And also Quentin Hale. He's definitely a jump ball specialist. He has great hands. He has great range. So I'm really excited for him. Those two I would say are probably the ones that I'm most excited for. And also Roy Oliver the third. He's a wide receiver as well. Fun fact is that USC has had 3 All-American wide receivers like in high school all commit to USC. So we had Trent Mosley, Roy Oliver, and then and Boobie Feaster. They were all considered All-Americans each year. So it's really exciting for our wide receivers, which I feel like USC has an abundance of right now.
Yeah, that's really good. And didn't have a quarterback for 2027. Are you guys focused on getting a quarterback or transfer portal game?
That's a situation that is very kind of a sensitive within the USC fandom. Everyone wants a quarterback this year because right now we will have one quarterback and a walk-on next season. So in essence, we should have a quarterback. But Lincoln Riley, when he narrows into a quarterback, he goes all into that one quarterback. And then if somehow he doesn't get them, like he has to go back and reevaluate them. And apparently he's doing some reevaluations this month on some quarterbacks. So I think we had a few quarterbacks on campus, but they were for the 2028 and 2029 season. So we're kind of wondering, is he going to kind of get a low 3-star quarterback that is going to be more of a developmental kind of quarterback rather than one that has the potential to start right off the bat? Or is he going to try to lean heavy into the transfer portal, which I think we're going to do both. I think he's going to get a 3-star and then also go for a quarterback in the transfer portal. But it's kind of hard to think about what quarterbacks that could be in the transfer portal next year. So we'll see what the landscape looks like after this season.
I figured that'd be easy, not an easy one. I'm just saying because, hey, you can say, hey, Baker Mayfield, transfer portal Heisman Trophy, Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
I think he's had, 3 or 4 guys, which is crazy. Heisman Trophy candidates. I figured you just get him in the room, but maybe easier said than done these days.
It's crazy because a lot of the Heismans have been transfers. Like, what's his name that went to Indiana? Why can't I remember? Mendoza? Yeah, Fernando. He came from Cal to Indiana. Caleb was a transfer from Oklahoma to USC. Who was the other quarterback that? Jayden Daniels was a transfer as well. So you can get a Heisman quarterback in that transfer portal. So.
Yeah, for sure.